And welcome back to Talking About Hours. We're your hosts, TJ Bay and Alan Poe, back once again with Latest and Greatest. Hey, yo, T, love you. You know what I'm saying? Real
Hey
niggas.
yo,
Real
hey
niggas
yo,
be real
Al,
niggas.
one love to you too, Al. You know what I'm saying, homie?
You know, like like it feels good. It sounds good, man. You know, niggas came through, niggas came up, you know. Ugh. Listen to T. Listen to T.
So what's up, man? What we got today?
Oh man. So I mean, we have different ways to go. We have different avenues. Election day. We can talk about that or save that to the end, but we can go into the Young Thug trial as he has been released. And I wouldn't say free, but he's able to commence his business.
Okay,
What do
so
you, yeah. So we're going to go, man. I'm down with it, man. Like, I really want to get into some deep conversations as of late. You know, it's
nah,
different,
nah,
man.
nah, nah,
It
nah,
doesn't.
nah. I mean, what's happening with the show, man? Like, what's up? What we got? What we got today?
Oh shit, nigga. So, all right, fuck it. We'll go into it. Young Thug is free. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. Can we get a round of applause? Can we do something for that?
Uh, Here, I'll give you one if you need one.
Oh yeah. You know what I'm
All right.
saying? Yeah, Um, they really didn't have anything as far as the case goes. Like, they wasted a lot of people's money, a lot of people's time to come up with this result.
Uh-huh.
Um, they ain't playing with niggas no more, cuz. Like he's one of the lucky ones. That's what I want to say. Because anyone out there thinking they're gonna do something and thinking they'll get away with it and have the same result, that's negative.
Okay. Well.
And and sorry,
Okay. Okay.
sorry
No,
to cut
no.
you off.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you're good. Go ahead.
And everything that was said about Gunna, if he was a snitch or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm only waiting to hear what Thug says about it. If he's seen with Gunna, if he's next to Gunna, right? Because that'll shut everything off and shut everything up as far as our original statements about, oh, he's a snitch, he's a rat, yada yada yada. That'll cut all that out, right? And then you're gonna see all those people who said that backtracking and apologizing and be like, oh, nigga, Thug's a mastermind. Like, you know what I'm saying? He did that because, you know what I'm saying, his assets were frozen. Thug wanted, like, he's really down with Gunna, you know. That's kind of how I'm getting at it.
All right, Al. Let me let me inform you a little something on some street code shit, homie. Okay.
Yeah, please do.
All right. So even if Thug was says Gunna is whatever, not a snitch or whatever, street code says Gunna is, and that's just how it's gonna remain. Thug can't co-sign for him on this one, even though Thug ended up admitting the same, well, pretty close to the same thing Gunna did in open court, but still, he's seen as a snitch because he made a statement in a trial against another man, and that is what it is. Thug
Negative. I,
Thug isn't a snitch because he may have admitted YSL was a gang, but it's still he was the the top coach. I mean, he was the top. You know, he was the one they wanted. So
yeah, but I call negative on that, T, only because, like, okay, let's put it into our terms, right? Me and you.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you're a thug, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to keep getting money, because you also have to think as well, his assets were frozen,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if your
Okay.
assets are frozen, if you can't really move the way you want to, and let's say I'm gonna now we're in a situation, correct?
Okay.
So once once you learn or you know about me having a possibility of becoming free and being out in the world, right?
Okay.
And if I'm signed to your label, I'm making you money. What would be your um what would be your reaction to it? Right. So in other
So
words,
if I was in Thug's shoes right now with
mhm,
Gunna on my label.
right. But then look at it as I'm gonna and you're a thug and you need money because I'm out free. You know what I'm saying? I'm out free.
Mm,
So what are you doing? I mean, would you do the exact same thing if we're homies, if we're down, if it's about the label, about the music, about the company?
I'm
Would
a,
you would you say the exact same thing?
I'm gonna just answer this from uh, I believe Young Thug's perspective. I'm not gonna say it from mine. So with Young Thug in 2024, everybody is. I mean, there's no one safe. There's snitches like you said. A bunch of people in YSL already snitched. So it is what it is. Gunna took an Alfred plea. Gunna's my top artist,
Mhm.
and um, as a business from a business perspective, I'm going to say that I'm going to keep Gunna, and I'm just going to just keep making music and doing what I'm doing, and keep making money and trying to have a good time. That's it.
So okay. So for those who aren't aware or who aren't privy to what's going on, so do you know, do you know of Thugs uh, his state where he is now as far as time he has to do or not do?
He's he's a free man until he either violates his probation, or excuse me, until he violates his probation, and that is it. But there's stipulations to it as well. He can't do any drugs. He also can't let's see, he can't be around certain people, and I don't know who those certain people are, or in his whatever, maybe I'm most likely his co-defendants,
Mhm.
anybody in YSL, which I'm guessing.
He can't be
And
in Atlanta. Excuse me, in Atlanta. So
he can't.
he can't live there. He can't be in the vicinity of Atlanta. So basically,
I'm guessing it's not just Atlanta. It's not Atlanta. It's the metro area of Atlanta, like where
like
um,
downtown metropolitan cities.
wherever YSL was operating as a gang at,
Mm,
Young Thug is not allowed there anymore.
gotcha.
So,
Let
and
alone
correct, maybe I mean, whoever's watching, if you know, please comment below and let us know that, like, if it's something different than what it is. But I believe it's he can't go to where that part of Atlanta that YSL was operating as a gang, which is probably Fulton County.
right, right, right. So I mean from what I'm hearing, it's a great deal. Like if I had to do 15 years, which is a hard 15-year probation, like yeah, it sounds a lot harder than it is. I mean, because I mean, it's your homies, right? So you can't be around your homies for 15 years. But they didn't say you can't call your homies. They didn't say,
No, it's no contact.
oh, period.
Yeah, no contact.
Okay. So how would you be able to get around that? And when I
The
say
whole
get around it, I mean as far as like if putting it into our shoes, if we're homies, and let's say if I got caught up in the same exact fashion,
there's two
how
ways. There's two ways Doug can go about this. For one, he can treat it as a business aspect. So if he says like, "Oh, I need to meet with him because this is an artist signed under my label," then the court probably has no jurisdiction to get involved with that unless that artist was a co-defendant in the case. So another thing is Thug is probably just sitting there thinking in his head, like, you know what, fuck it, I'm the cash cow. All I gotta do is make a couple songs. Because you gotta think now, he sat up in that courtroom for what? Like
2.5 years?
yeah, 2.5, maybe. Well, he was in jail. He sat up in that courtroom for about, his case started, like his trial started what? About
Two and a half
nine
years. Yeah,
months ago.
2.5 years ago. Well, okay, okay.
No, his
As far as the
trial.
actual trial, yeah,
Yeah, the
maybe nine
trials.
months. Yeah,
So it's been going about, yeah, maybe 9 months now. So what's going on there is just like he sat there and didn't say a word. He was coming and decked out and this shit, whatever. Then and the stuff he was allowed to come in, but it was still a lot better than the common, criminal or whatever you want to say comes into the courtroom. So we all got to see Thug, stand his ground for whatever it was, 9 months or whatever. And so the whole point of what I'm trying to say is technically to a lot of people and to the majority of the people is he beat his case. And that should be the actual question that we are asking here is actually did he beat the case or not? Because like I said, he ended up admitting that YSL was a gang and he got 15 years probation. So but
yeah.
let's
Okay.
wait,
Oh,
wait, 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 wait. Hold on. I got something for you. So everybody, let's dabble into the 15 years of probation. Let's what could this entail? Oh, thank you, baby. What can this entail? So 15 years of probation, and if and there's levels to probation too. So if it's supervised probation where he has to check in every week, if he has to do a piss test every week, if he has to do a lie detector test, yes, every week or every month or whatever, are you with YSL? Have you been associating with YSL members? Yada yada yada. Like there's stipulation to the probation. So we got to sit here and think and question: is 15 years of probation, is that really free? So anybody who's listening to the podcast right now, look up Young Thug's thing if you're interested in it, and just see as like what is his stipulations of the probation. Is it mandatory check-ins every week? Is it a lie detector test every month? Is it piss test every week? You know that stuff right there is setting people up to fail, especially if it's 15 years. You got
right.
to keep do that. So is this man really, really free like we think? Yeah, he's free, like he's out here, he's off, he's able to go to the studio. We're able to see him on Instagram. We're able to see him on what is it? X, formerly known as Twitter and shit.
Mhm.
But is this man really free? Because if he slips up once, you heard what the judge said.
That's a wrap.
His community, I mean his sentence, or excuse me, his he if he messes up, he's going to jail for what He only got he got 5 years served, right?
Right.
5 years served, 15 years, 15 years probation, and then that other 20 that because they wanted to he got a total of 45 years.
Well, sorry to cut you off. I think that's another thing too, is that they wanted to make an example of Young Thug, and they didn't go about it correctly. In other words, they didn't have anything lined up. They didn't have anything really to convict him. Yeah, they had him with his homies. They had him. You know what I mean? They had him kind of sick,
uh
chilling.
See, all right,
Only because
okay.
if they had anything solid on him, they would have this whole trial should have been done within what 7 8 months, I would say, right? I mean, if they really had something on him, but they
If they
didn't,
had something on them there, it would have been done, and it would have been done way quicker than that.
right? But they didn't have anything on him, so you let this man sit in prison or in jail for 2.5 years for what? To drain his pocket?
Yes.
To yeah, right? Just give me your money.
Yep. Okay. Let me put this out there real quick. For all you guys that know about laws and shit like this, let me tell you something. This is where it's a lose-lose situation for anybody like this. And Young Thug lost in this. Yes, he's out and free, but he lost in this. And the court is set up for people to lose. I'm excuse me. I wasn't in the same situation. I wasn't facing a what's it called, a RICO charge or anything like that. But what they were saying, I was in Illinois. I was facing was a Class X felony, which is
Damn!
which is the if you look up Illinois law, it is the highest and the worst felony you can have, which is pretty much next to murder in Illinois.
Mm.
So a Class X gives you 6 to 30 years, and maximum 30 years, minimum 6, for first time offender or whatever. So Young Thug was facing a RICO charge, which is 25 years, and you know could be possibly life depending on what he was charged with. The whole point of that is I took a I took a lesser deal because what they gave me, it was they offered me 17 fucking years to do, whatever. And I was like, hell no, I'm not taking that. And so the whole point is they probably offered Thug about 20 to 25 years in prison. You do that, we'll wipe your slate clean, yada, 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 bang,
Mhm.
whatever. He was like, hell no, I don't want to see jail. I'm not doing no jail. I'm not going to prison. I'm not going to prison. I'm not going to prison. So he's sitting there and he has money. So he's sitting in jail this whole time, putting money on his books, right?
Mhm.
So the system is getting money from him because he's Young Thug as well. So not only are they just putting money on his books, he's a millionaire. So they're sitting there putting, like I could see it probably putting like $2,500 every month on his books. And the commissary prices are ridiculous, right? So he's sitting in jail. You got to pay for jail. No matter how you see it, you got to pay for jail. When you get out, you get a fine. So you got to pay that damn fine too.
Nigga, they came up. I mean, even as a small court system, I'm not sure how large the Atlanta metropolitan area is as far as
Right.
court systems go,
Right.
but they made a lot of money off just that one person.
That's why
And
it's a
especially
lose lose situation.
and
Even
especially
though hold on. Even though Young Thug is out 15 years of probation, we're sitting there saying like to the to the untrained eye, you can say he's like, oh yeah, he's free, he got off, he's cool, yeah. No, mm-mm. They got that man. They may not have got him in the prison, and it's not better that they got what they wanted though. They did get what they wanted. High profile, 15 years of probation. He's in the system now. We got you, nigga. We got you. It may look like like he said, to the untrained eye that okay, he's off, he's out there, he's free. You see him with Ti and all that, but nigga, they got him. But go ahead.
No, I definitely hear what you're saying, and that's kind of where I'm at. Like,
And
if
not only if he messes up though too.
yeah, right, yeah, anything, right?
Right, and
So,
yeah, that exactly that word right there. Anything, not just a nigga. They're not gonna sit there and be like he's not like if he has a curfew or any of that shit. They gonna be like if he's out to say his curfew is 11 and he's out till 11:30. They're not gonna be sit there and be like he got to go to court. They're gonna catch him. Nigga got to go to court for that. He gonna face a judge, and it's gonna be that same judge that was in front of him. She said, "Why was you out past 11:30? I mean, past your curfew." He gonna be like, "Oh, I was doing business." Yada 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 yada. I don't want to hear that. You knew you were supposed to do that. You had 15 years of probation.
right, but it's
Probation denied. You got to do 25 years in the prison now.
but that's going to be on him and his team. Like,
Yeah, it's gonna be on him and his team, but the whole point is that's what they got now. Not only did they get him on probation, not only does he have to pay a monthly probation fee to be on probation, he also probably got a fine for his charges. And then if he messes up any of that, all that shit still stays on him except for the probation fee. But yeah, he has to go to prison too.
right. So it's going to be, like you said, I agree with everything you said. It's going to be on him and his team to make sure that he's following heel toe
Your name is Toby.
real quick.
No shit.
Um, a lot of people, have been posting.
Right.
Um, shout out Quincy Jones for his music. Um, what he has done for music. I'll leave it at that. I be trying, man. I be trying to make shit sound smooth, but you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's Quincy Jones, man. Everybody knows about Quincy, but I don't want to really get into any outside uh, activity. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? He helped mastermind Thriller. Yes.
Yeah. Uh, R.I.P. Quincy Jones. I guess. Man, this is talking spit. So R.I.P. to Quincy Jones, man. But if you did all this shit, man, you get. We hope you get what you deserve, if that is the case.
Yeah, for
Sorry.
sure. I'm only going off, I'm going off of music, man, because I've realized, man, I had a good conversation with my brother last night,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I think it was one of the best conversations that I've had with him since I've been alive, only because, he's 7 years older than I am, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
so it's different. It was different then, as far as I felt like, I have time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll do this, do this, do that. Yeah, I got time, nigga. Like, yeah, you are 7 years older than I am. I have time to make up for it. But
Mm-hmm.
I realized, having the conversation, there's not really time for any bullshit, right? And
Never was.
right. And one thing that stuck out to me that he told me was that, you know what? When I die, I want to die with dignity. And when he said that, I knew what he meant, sort of, as far as like he wants to die, as far as like me personally, I was saying like he wants to die, with dignity, someone just being respected, right?
Hmm.
But the more I thought about it, he was speaking more or less like a lot of people go throughout life and they want to build their resume and get degrees on top of degrees, which is what he's doing, which is great, right? Because I asked him, I was like, man, why are you getting all these degrees, Sean? Like, why are you doing this? And that was his response. Sorry. Um, so all night last night, I sat there. I was like, oh, I want to die with dick. I want to die with some respect, which had me
Okay.
thinking, like, do people really love us as you know what I'm saying? Besides family. So do they love us or is it just like in my head or in our head?
Human nature, human nature make like hardwires hardwires us to
Mhm.
want to be loved, and then you have your anomalies who you know don't care to be loved at all and want to see the world burn. But yeah, we are hardwired to want to be loved.
It's interesting. Yeah, because that really threw me for a loop last night
Mm.
by his response. Like, I want to die with dignity. What is dignity? Like, we all grew up knowing what our parents thought about dignity as far as how they want to be received, how they want to be perceived throughout their area, right?
I think
And oh, sorry,
no,
but
I was just gonna say when you asked when he, you said your brother asked a question, or he when he said he wanted to die with dignity.
mm,
Maybe it's not. Maybe I'd say he was saying it as just like you said, respect. Um, like humbleness.
mhm.
Um,
Or he did that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
yeah, okay.
right. So there's all. I mean, there's a lot that goes into by dying dignified. When I died, I just want to be remembered as someone who helped, always helped.
Now that's a tricky
Hmm.
um expectation. So
Lofty.
yeah, like
Mm,
I know if I were to die and me being me, as I'm sitting there, in the pulpit or in the pew as a ghost or entity, right? And you know, I'm kind of cocky, so I'll be like, damn, who showed up? Okay, niggas, okay, niggas love me. But then again, it's like, well, if no one showed up, it's like, oh, damn, niggas didn't love me like that.
yeah. This took a turn for the more morbid.
Yeah, sure.
Anyways, changing back up to the subject of the situation, and I know had a random thought, so you know it's good to have a brother who's also 7 years older than you as well, because he has more life experiences, and he can pass them down to you as well. So when you do get to that age at 7 years later, you're prepared. But anyways, and I
True.
don't mean anyways disrespectfully. I mean anyways, I feel like it's very morbid now. The ambiance in the air is very not thick, but very
It's dank.
right.
Dank.
All right, Al, cuz go ahead and get your thoughts out there, cuz you obviously need to get something off your chest. So go ahead.
All right. So before I do, I really want to
And
just
this isn't this this is I don't this is not part of this. I'm saying it's not part of the show because it's our show. However you get this shit goes is however we want it. But Al's is Al has a feeling. I can tell it, and so I feel he needs to get it off his chest. So people, if you're watching, maybe we can help Al deal with whatever is ailing him.
and I gracious, with much appreciation and graciousness, I do appreciate your statement, T. But first, before I get into what I really want to say is, I want to give you a round of applause. Nigga sound good, don't he?
Huh?
I said, nigga sound good, don't he?
Niggas sound good.
Yeah, you sound good, man. Like, thank you.
What, clear and my
Yeah,
microphone's
yeah,
better?
thank you. God damn it. I'm not sitting here trying to close my eyes and wish and like, what's the nigga saying? You
Nigga,
said,
that's the part of the podcast, and and if you want to, whatever.
yeah,
The
I mean,
podcast is about growing. I
you
mean, it's
sound great.
not about growing, but you want to level up. You want to get better at the shit. You don't want to be stagnant. You don't
Mm,
want to have the same shit for the whole time you're on the podcast. So we
mm,
level up. We
yeah,
transform.
Transformers.
Yeah, nigga, this
More,
podcast about to transform. We about to go in the year.
more
What
than
we
me.
in year
Yeah,
five, Al?
we'll be going year five. Actually, the end of this month, I think.
New season coming at the end of the year. We're having a New Year's show, or excuse me, episode. And I don't know if we're gonna do it live yet, but we're gonna try to do something here. I don't know if our,
Yeah.
our other halves in our lives is gonna be like, nigga, you ain't finna sit there on the podcast while with New Year's is here.
At this
So,
point, at this point, I'm willing to let the family on. You know what I'm saying?
or yeah,
Like,
oh shit. If we did a New
yeah,
Year's
you
show with the
crazy
ladies on there, huh?
of all ages, and just let them get their shit off. Cause
Oh, yeah.
man, I've been waiting, man.
Y'all got
Whew.
grievances.
Ooh, nigga,
Y'all got grievances.
been waiting, guys. Just get on, guys, and say something.
You can wait till New Year's.
Just say something.
Okay.
So I heard, well, everyone knows now at this point. So it was delivered to me personally. It's a lie, y'all, making it up. But so I heard once Trump won the presidency, that's what he walked out on.
We been running through the women by the thousand.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Well, two things about that. One, you probably just got us flagged now.
Yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm
Um, two is um Probably, I'm pretty sure uh, he nobody that voted for Trump in the world knows that song. But
Okay, so is it me or is that weird? The fact that I'm not talking about if he won or not, right? I just found it to be weird this morning at 5:30 or 4:30 in the morning, as my wife is up drinking coffee. I found it weird that they called this election so fast.
What did you say,
mm-hmm.
nigga?
Like you woke up, oh, Trump won. Like when has that ever been a thing? Like it will at least taken, a day, day and a half, 2 days
Mm-hmm.
to actually say who won. But for some reason, he won flat out, just really fast.
Well, what that means is what that means is a shit ton of people actually voted for him. And I mean a shit ton. He
Yeah.
probably got a shit ton of votes for him to win like that, which is this was a landslide.
Yeah.
Kamala Kamala wasn't even close. It was a landslide.
Okay. Let's really make him upset then. Let's really get him mad, T.
But
If she was a woman of Caucasian descent, do you think she would have won?
no. No. It's like you said, and I thought about this the other day. It's when you brought up the like is you know what this is, T? It's like James Brown said it.
Mm.
This is a man's world, and we seen it right then and there. It's not about being
Because
misogynistic and all that shit. It's literally a man's world, and we seen that nobody wants a woman ever as president. And it happened to Hillary Clinton because Hillary wasn't even close, and she was a white woman, not even close. Kamala, not even close. It's a man's world. Sorry to say, sucks, but it is what it is. And Trump promised a lot of things during this election, a lot of things. And this is the whole thing now is you can't sit here and blame Biden for the shit that you said that you couldn't fix. You can fix. So this time you saying you can fix the economy, you can fix the border, you can fix all these things. America is holding him to it now. Even his family, even MAGA people, everybody's holding him to it.
mm,
They were saying Trump can fix it. He's gonna fix it. He's gonna fix it. Now, if he doesn't, America is gonna be pissed at him.
what needs to be fixed?
I don't know. The
Like,
economy was apparently fine and getting better. Um, the jobs, like you said, the unemployment rate is low. So we don't know. But Trump said that shit was bad and needed to be fixed, and millions of people listened. So whatever Trump said needed to be fixed is what needs to be fixed.
so what I said probably 4 episodes ago
Hmm.
when I brought it up to the attention of you and Kenya. I'm not sure if Byron was on, but
Byron wasn't.
so remember what I said about okay, how Trump was releasing niggas and with P Diddy, if he gets elected, that might be a way for him to get out. So how's it looking now?
It depends.
Oh,
Trump can do the only thing Trump can do is federal. It's only federal. If P Diddy is facing state cases, any type of state trials, it seems to be he has state cases because once he's done in New York, he's probably gonna be facing a case in L.A.
Mm,
He's probably gonna be facing a case in Florida. So the whole point is if it's state charges, federal does not has no jurisdiction unless. Well, I mean, I take that over. Federal federal can only supersede a state if it's an actual charge. So like if a state charges somebody with something and then it broke federal laws, federally they can supersede over, they can supersede the state and be charged federally. Now, it doesn't go both ways. You can't be charged at state and then get off federally now. So federally they don't deal with state. They don't let federal supersede state. So if you got state charges, you're gonna have to face those state charges. Period.
gotcha.
You
Okay.
can't get off of state charges by Donald Trump can't pardon you for state charges. He can pardon you for federal charges, but he can't pardon you for state charges.
Interesting. Okay. Hmm.
So if Diddy's facing any state charges, it's a wrap. Now Dirk, on the other hand,
Yeah,
Dirk,
we really didn't get we talked about it last week, but we really didn't get into it.
no, we don't need to. Now with Trump can get Dirk off. Trump can um what is that for? Oh my god.
Yeah. No,
I
I
went blank
understand.
right there. But
Yeah,
Trump can
he can
Trump can
pardon him.
super yeah, he can pardon Dirk right now. I mean not right now, sorry. Take
So
that up.
is that why do you think black males voted for him if they did vote for him for that specific reason?
The vote
He's
didn't
getting niggas out of jail.
no. The vote hasn't changed. It was the same. It was 86% of the black votes went to Kamala Harris and 14% went to the Trump. And it
But
was the same. It was the same for Biden. Exact same for Biden. 86 went to Biden. 14 went to Trump. And so
mm,
it. I mean, there's very few niggas that vote for Trump. Period.
right, right.
I mean, and then you have your people that do vote for him, and it is what it is. But it doesn't change. Where it changes is the other populations, like the Hispanic, the Latino population, is where it actually changes a lot. A
And
lot of
that's been the most confusing part to me.
a
But
lot of Latino and Hispanic people voted for Trump.
yeah,
A lot.
that's kind of where I get confused. Like you sat there and watched him degrade and talk about your people, yet still vote for him.
Well, it just goes to show you, like they don't give a damn what you say. You gotta go with go with the popular vote. But to see the with Latinos and stuff like that, Puerto Ricans, I think some of them might have separated. Like, well, I'm. He was talking about Puerto Ricans. I'm, I'm Mexican. He was talking about Puerto Ricans. I'm from Guadalajara, and
Hmm.
so he wasn't talking about my specific Hispanic heritage. He was talking about somebody else's.
Right.
He didn't call Mexico a garbage dump. He called Puerto Rico. So, oh well. And maybe that's how it distinguish between the two. I mean, between everybody.
You know me, man. Like,
Yeah, you'd have been like, oh, that nigga said we eat watermelon. Like, I don't care who he said. That dude he brought there said we eat watermelon. He was eating his watermelon with his black homie and doing all that shit. dude wasn't even funny though. Cause
So
like
okay,
he
so
got the
yeah,
driest
yeah.
human. He got the driest human humor ever, and
So
that's
so T's talking about Tony Hinchcliffe. Is
mm,
that his name?
something like that.
So I mean, I'm sure everyone's aware, and they should be well versed on his stand up. Um, not even his stand up. You know, he was asked to speak,
Mm-hmm.
and for those who don't know, most of his comedy is racially induced, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm used to hearing that's what he does.
Well, you've obviously listened to the dude and heard of him before and watched his stand up.
Yeah, yeah. He's I mean
Yeah.
he's really big, you know what I mean? Like, but it's not like um everybody gets it. You know what I mean? It's not
Mm-hmm.
just a specific race. It's blacks, whites, LGBTQ. Everyone gets the joke.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it on that point, but then it further goes to say about, you know what I'm saying, T Top, what he's about. Because he knew, you know what I'm saying, like bringing that person on to speak at your convention, he knew, like he knows what he's doing. Like
Mm-hmm.
you gotta think, this dude's been the host of The Apprentice, and everyone, you gotta think, everyone loved Trump from that. Put him in his rap songs back in the days. So people loved Trump and it was all cool and dandy. And it's like before he was president, he was saying the exact same things, but everyone just pushed aside, like, oh, that's just him. That's just him. So
Mm-hmm.
once he's president now, it's like, oh, he can't say that. It's like, but you already knew who he was coming into this.
Now they, it's not. He can't say that. It's he said that, and then they'd be like, "Oh, well, he meant this." But the whole point of this thing about the presidency and stuff, and um, yeah, it's wait, I let me rephrase that because there's something we have to talk about that didn't really get discussed. A
Well,
celebrity endorsement
oh,
means nothing nowadays. A celebrity endorsement means shit. Okay. So you got to think about this. Think about this.
so
LeBron,
who are you speaking about? Oh, gotcha. Okay,
LeBron has 159 million people following him on his social media networks, right?
right.
He endorsed Kamala Harris. Uh, Taylor Swift, what, 200 and something million followers on her social media platforms or whatever, endorsed Kamala Harris. Beyonce, to what, 100, maybe 100 and something million followers on uh what's it called,
Instagram or
in the Instagram and social media networks, endorsed Kamala Harris. So
even you endorse.
yeah, but I'm not a celebrity. But
Oh yeah, yeah, you are.
a celebrity endorsement now, is it, does it mean anything, or is it just something to get some likes and clicks on a you know
Yeah,
post?
not as much as it used to. I understand what you're saying because back then, if there was a celebrity going for or pitching for a candidate, that had weight to it. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
it had weight to where, oh, he's rolling with that or she's rolling with that. That's what I'm rolling with. I think
Yeah.
in today's society, I really don't think anyone cares about anybody.
Mm. I want to say something. Okay.
I just think I really think it's just it's just individually based now.
Let me throw a hypothetical out there though. Okay. So instead of waiting to endorse your president or the person you want as president a week, maybe 3, 4 days before the actual election, why wait if you know you're gonna vote for him anyways? Why wait till the end and endorse them at the very end? Why wouldn't you endorse them if you didn't, if you know you're voting for somebody, if you know you're going to be voting for somebody, you have 200 million followers and your 200 million followers are sitting there waiting for you to sit on your endorsement, and you wait till what, 3, 4 days before the election, you'd be like, oh, I'm endorsing so and so, and it ends up like this. How does that make you look though?
And I mean, you weren't truthful about it. Like that's you know what I'm saying. Like you really didn't believe in what you're
Right.
putting out there.
Exactly. So I'm not putting the blame on these people because it is what it is. It's a game. It's a fad. It's a fad. Endorsing or whatever. But if you wouldn't have sat there and waited, if you knew you was gonna endorse a certain candidate, and you sit there and wait, and you do have a huge following, and you're sitting there waiting till 2, 3 days before the election, your endorsement is pointless because, like they said, before you endorsed all those people, this is a record number of early like people doing the mail-in ballots and doing all that stuff. So your endorsement was that your fan base was supposedly seen you had, it was already obsolete now because your fan base, like a certain amount of your fan base, already voted because you didn't speak up and say like I'm voting for such and such. And now all that fan base was waiting for you to do that, and then they decided themselves like, oh, you know what, man, since so and so's not endorsing anybody, I'm gonna endorse the most popular person that's going now. And so I mean I'm gonna vote for the most unpopular person that's going. So to all you stars and all this shit or whatever the hell you are, Hollywood people, your endorsements don't mean shit if you do them at the end of the elections, you dummies.
You can't ready to fire up. I got something for you. You ready to fire up?
Go ahead.
All right. So when I play this, get at 'em. You ready?
But
Yeah, power up, guys.
I can't hear it right now.
Man, that was the Dragon Ball Z power up.
We gotta fix that after the next
Yeah,
show.
for sure. Um,
But a celebrity endorsement, man, means shit. So basically, for to all you people like, and I'm sure like the public, you're agreeing with me on this one. Is if you're gonna endorse somebody, don't wait till the end of the election to do it. Especially LeBron, especially all these other people. Like you had a chance to sit there and like you could have did this 2, 3 months ago and made a huge difference. So now everybody's on the internet. Oh my God, yada yada yada.
but see, I mean, on their part, on their end, that's pretty smart because why do that and look as if you're a part of the losing team?
You are now. You are. Period.
But you don't really know what they're actually voting on, or you know what I mean, who they were voting for. They're they're playing into the public
I
space.
seen I seen all these celebrities saying that, oh, I'm voting for democracy, but I'm not endorsing the candidate. I'm going for the democracy. What it was.
What is democracy?
The whole point is no, no, we're not telling off from this because I'm not letting them get a pass on this. The whole point of this is if you said, if you put that hint out there, I'm voting for democracy, and the total charge against Trump is he's going against democracy, we already know who you're voting for. So you don't have to say that indirectly without saying who you're voting for, because some of us who, the bright people in the public, knows like, okay, Trump's going against democracy. Kamala's for democracy. I'm voting for Kamala. We know that. Now, to this and like to the not smart people, to the people, to the sheeples, or whatever the hell you want to call them, that are sitting there waiting for your celebrity endorsement to endorse these people,
Hmm.
you look like a fool now because you sat there and chose to wait. But I guarantee if these people wouldn't have sat there and waited 2, 3 days before the election talking about who the endorsement, the stat, like we would have seen something else.
A
The
different
red
channel.
wave, the red wave came because everybody voted early. We all heard what Trump was saying. I mean, some of us didn't believe it, but a lot of people heard it and they believed it. They believed the border was unstable. They believe immigrants are coming in here and killing people every single day of the month. They believe the economy sucks right now. They
Hmm.
believe the world is a laughing stock because they believe what Trump told them. No one was sitting there like, you had people fact checking them and stuff, but people were putting Trump on, like all the media outlets had Trump on every single day, letting him say whatever he wanted to say. And guess what? The people listen. And now Trump is, I mean, all the votes are, you know, all the votes are not even in yet. And like you said, you woke up to Trump being aggressive because it didn't matter about the whole country having the popular vote, which it should be. It's about electoral votes.
Hmm.
They don't give a damn about the popular vote.
Yeah, yeah.
They give a
The
damn about,
opinion. Oh,
yeah, they care about 6 states to where it could swing as a Democratic state or a Republican state, and that's it. And that determines our president. 270 electoral votes get you, and it doesn't matter who ends up with the most electoral votes at the end of the presidency. If you get, it's the first to 270. Whoever gets 270 first, you win.
right.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. That's crazy.
That's stupid too. That's dumb. Like there should be a pop. Like there's how many electoral votes? What, 500 and something?
Hmm.
Whoever gets the most electoral votes should win the presidency. It doesn't matter who's first, who gets 270 first. If the person at the end of the race, they should have like a certain amount of time. Like, okay, the president's election day starts at the 5th. Get your vote, stuff in, whatever. That day we count the votes. We don't do no electoral shit. We count the votes until the 12th, which gives you 7 days, the whole week, to get all the votes together. And then when whoever has the most votes at the end of that 7 days,
That's who
you're
won.
our
Yeah.
fucking president.
Yeah. Well,
So that a lot of people, what we didn't realize is a lot of people that while we were sitting there watching and doing all this shit, waiting for these celebrity endorsements and shit like that, there was people really on the ground for Trump's team, out
mhm.
there, in the mud, shit, getting people to actually vote and do all this shit, not worrying about celebrity endorsements and shit. Because like if you look at both parties, you would think uh Kamala's Kamala's party was like
In the lead,
the
you would think.
yeah, like because you would think that she got all the major people in Hollywood, all the music stars, all this shit, people backing her, and then Trump got Hulk Hogan. Trump got Trump got what's his name, Kid Rock. Like you got all your favorite stars, all the people you've been listening to for timeless years on one side, and then Hulk Hogan and Kid Rock on the other. Like you'd have thought, because everybody and their mom was finna vote for Cause you got Kid
Yeah.
Rock coming out there, cause like Kid Rock though, cause
No,
like
because I sat there and I watched a little bit of Hulk Hogan's speech. Yeah,
it
he's a
was funny, cause
yeah,
the
but
funny
he's a racist too. But when he decided to tear and for all the Trump maniacs and start tearing his shirt off, I was like, this is cheesy as hell. Like, really, this is what we're falling for? And sure enough, it worked.
it worked. You got the Hulkamaniacs coming out. America, you guys are Hulkamaniacs. That's what you are. Hulk Hogan ripped off his shirt because y'all was enamored because y'all ended up voting for Trump. It is what it is. I just said, like he said he's gonna fix all this shit.
Is that
And
is that a 14 and under team?
I don't know.
He said the Hulkamaniacs. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
When the Hulkster runs wild on you.
Right? And he told us what you gonna do when the Trumpster runs wild on you.
Yeah, but it is what it is, man.
That's hard, cuz you're for like all.
Hopefully, I hope,
Hey,
like they said, like just like everybody, like all the red wave promise, you gonna make America great again. I don't I don't know what kind of America you guys were envisioning, but if it's the one that people were thinking, if you think we gonna go back to the 1930s and 40s where you can do a slave shit and doing all this shit, you got another thing coming because that's not the America that's finna be coming. I'm telling you that right now.
I'm glad you brought that up because now I want to talk about
Don't
interrelational
get this
or
shit twisted.
interrelationships or interracial relationships, right?
Right.
So it's funny you brought that up. So what if he was like, oh, everything, you know what? Make it great again. Segregation is back, baby. So now what?
That's not gonna put. That's only gonna fly over with very few, well, small population.
Okay. But if they put it into effect, now what?
You can't really because you can't. There's nobody just sit there like it has to go across the House. It has to go across the Congress. And if the Democrats, if you can't get a certain amount of Democrat people to vote for it,
But
then
so you didn't
it
hear?
just
So
falls off.
you didn't hear? So they have everything. They have Senate, they have the House. It's all Republican now.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You still have to have Democrats to go. You have to have both sides to go with it. It has to be a partisan deal. It has to be a partisan. So just like even with the that border deal that was killed, a lot of some of the Republicans, enough Republicans signed off on it to get it done, but Trump said, "Don't don't do it until I'm president," and not enough not enough Republicans signed it off, so it didn't go into law. So you have to have both sides. You have to have a certain amount of one. Like you can have every Republican on the one side saying, "Yeah, let's do it," but you also have to have a certain amount of Democrats to say, "Let's do it too." And if nobody on the Democratic side says no, we're not going with this, then it just fails. You can't write it in the law, and Trump can't even supersede it as president. It just falls off.
That's dope. Okay. Makes sense.
So there is some stipulations to things, and there is some things that can be checked. But the whole point of having the house of stuff is you can bring up whatever you want.
Right. In hopes that they'll agree
Right.
with your
You can talk to but
hope.
somebody on the other side and get enough people to agree with it to where it could pass as because you had both sides agree.
Well, there's one thing that I know for sure, and two things I know for real.
You mean
When it comes to America, all I know is that
Shot callers, brawlers, we'll be dipping in the bins with the spoilers. On the low from the Jake and the Taurus, trying to get my hands on some grass like Forest. Yeah, living the raw deal. 3-course meal, spaghetti, fettuccine, and bill. But still, everything's real in the field. And what you can't have now,
Ow, ow, ow,
don't
ow,
not free for trying to bury 7 zeros over in Rio de Janeiro. Ain't nobody's
ow,
Not
ow,
not
ow,
Rio.
ow,
Hold on, not Rio de Janeiro though.
ow. We are trying to make money. As why are you the one taking it from us?
Oh, because it's all about the Benjamins, baby.
No, it's not. You're if you're playing stuff that's gonna get us demonetized, it's not about the Benjamins.
but
You
it,
don't care. You're just
but
doing
the
it out of
song,
feelings.
but the song is all about the Benjamins. So that's anything that's happening as far as our conversation with the presidency. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Now, if he gets out, which I know he will, we have to revisit the question that I asked you guys 4 episodes ago.
What?
So, when we brought up the P. Diddy case, we were talking about that. And I brought to the forefront, okay, well, if Trump wins, because they're so enamored about how he gets black rappers out of jail, right? Would P. Diddy get off? You know what I'm saying? Would he not be going to trial if Trump's in office? So now it kind of plays out to what I'm saying. I don't know. Like niggas ain't really listening to me. I try to tell people. I try to let them know. Oh, Al, yeah, you full of bullshit. That's not. No, nigga, I'm letting you know. Money rules the world. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. And now what?
Well, we'll just have to see. You're not right. Just throw that out there. You're not right, but we'll just have to see. We're not saying you're not wrong either,
Right, right, right,
but
right.
you're
Oh,
not right now. You're not wrong. So we'll just see.
right. So I get it. It's not definite until we see what happens. But yeah, I just figure that's gonna be one of the things.
Man, and like you be quoting these other people, I'm gonna quote somebody which I grew up on, young Mac Dre, in which he said, and I'm not gonna play the music because I don't want to demonetize the episode. I want us to make money,
Mhm.
and just very briefly, anything is possible, and nothing is for sure. Bang, easy, like that. We keep our money. Let's keep moving. Al, you be feeling some type of way, cause and please stop playing other people's music in our stuff, man. Like we was literally just sitting here talking about how we can get money and trying to build this to make money, and you're the one, like out of all the people, like not even like not even no hater or anything like that. My own partner in this business is the one that wants to demonetize us. Like
But
we're not even getting flagged for anything, like saying any cuss word. And my partner is the one playing the music that is gonna demonetize this episode.
but
So if
but
we get 1 million views on this episode, we get no money from it.
okay. One, I can block out the music. Two,
I'm just saying, why do that in the first place?
it's entertainment. I'm trying to entertain people.
But
You
if
know what
you're
I mean?
gonna block it out to demonetize it, it doesn't entertain anything. It's just pointless unless you're saying the music. Like if you say it out your words yourself, if you was to quote the verse yourself, I'm sure it's okay.
Oh,
But
nigga, okay. You asked for it. So you ready for the all about the Benjamins performance? What y'all want to do?
oh yeah, I mean it's too late now. You already played the song and like play Diddy on the out of it all of them. But anyway,
Want to be balling. Shot calling.
I'm sorry, I'm not sharing your laughter in this, man.
It's fine. I find humor in everything, man. You know what I'm saying?
I did find humor in that saying how much money you was wanting to make from this, and then you go and do that. But that's the humor I find in it. Love you though, man. And I know you was feeling some type of way, so like
Wait,
it's cool.
wait. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So what we got? A new segment? How you feel?
Well,
How you feel?
I think we still got 2 segments to go, Kaz, and
All right,
we've been
hit it up. What's the next segment? You got it.
we're going into it. Random question, random reaction.
Mm. So I had one last week with Mostel. That episode is going to come out this week.
Okay.
So of course everything's kind of pushed back. So if you're watching this one, then no, we already recorded the previous one. So don't get on me. All right. So random question, random reaction.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate the cheers and stuff for the new segment.
Hey,
So we have two.
hold on. I want to give you props. Hey, so for everyone listening, this is T's um, new segment, which I actually love. So don't get it misconstrued because this is going to make us more humanoid, more human. Because if it's a random question, like we can't think about it, we just have to have a random reaction. Correct?
Right.
Is that how it goes? I just want to make I'm trying to get the
Yeah.
audience
Yeah. It's just
the
so
premise.
someone gives us a random question and we react to it. We don't talk about it. We react to it on the spot. And this one, we have 2 brief ones. This one came from my lovely wife, Jennifer. And the random question is, as you, do you feel comfortable with your partner having your phone for the whole day if their phone is experiencing an emergency or like is down? Now, before we react to this, we want the audience to think about this. Ladies, men out there, would you be okay with your partner having your phone for the day if they needed it? Mm. We ain't trying. I mean, I guess this question is
Oh
probably gonna end some relationships and shit, but I mean, it is what it is. So,
no, I mean that's fine. So you know what?
ow, that's fine. Damn.
Random reaction. No, I'm saying when I said that's
Okay.
fine. I mean as far as I said that's
No, I'm playing.
fine.
I'm
I mean
fucking
that's
with you.
fine as we're asking that. um,
It's fine if your relationship ends. Al said it's all right. Go ahead. No.
um, I would say no.
Okay. And
Only
why?
only reason is because you might need the phone, but I need it too for business.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay.
you,
All right. I like how you did that.
you know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay. Okay.
Like if you have my phone, you're taking away business from me,
Okay.
right? You got to get a tablet, get it, use your laptop, email.
What if it's your day off?
Yeah, like